everyone, and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. As England, we left off. Basically, all I was doing was talking about, the basics of the game and everything. Set our rivals, started claiming Leinster, and yeah, that's exactly where we left off. So, once our claim on Leinster finishes, I plan on vassalizing him, and then going to war with the rest of Ireland, giving Leinster all of those provinces. That way he can do the coring for us, because when you integrate a vassal into your territory, you get cores on all of his cores. So that will allow us to get cores on all of Ireland, and I believe avoid the whole separatism thing. Now, I'd love to go to war with Scotland, but their independence is guaranteed by France. So until we beat France down a little bit, Scotland is not a very good target. I could probably peacefully vassalize one of these guys, actually. But, peace is for losers. I'm going to preemptively ship an army over there. No, to Poland. Yeah, Poland just declared war on the Teutonic Order. So they'll gobble up all this shit. At least up to Danzig, anyway. Probably. I don't know. You never know. The AI behaves strangely sometimes. So, right now, Sweden is technically winning the war against Denmark. But in an independence war, the war goal is just to defend your capital. So as long as you defend your capital, you get war score. So technically they're winning, but technically they're also not winning. And Muscovy is beating down Novgorod. Just pretty typical. France is not at war with anybody. I'm going to increase the speed a little bit, just because, we're at like 85% for the claim. So, just speed it up a little bit to get it sooner. Vassalized Tyrone. Figures. Fucking figures. I'm going to take it. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Because they have no allies. And these are also the guys that are most likely to ally with Scotland. So getting them out of the picture isn't really such a bad thing. Oh, there's our free diplomat. So I'm just gonna go ahead and subjugate. Because that's the CB we got, was the subjugation CB. Which gives us half cost for enforced vassalage, which is great. Although with a one province nation, you'll always be able to vassalize them, so it's not really that great. All right, we're gonna move our navy in, because if a navy is blockading the port of a city that you're sieging, it'll siege faster. You can tell by the same. So the port is here, which is in the Irish Sea tile, and so is our navy, so that's how you know that it's blockading. I'm gonna detach a siege here. Since our general doesn't have a siege point, him being in the siege won't actually help forward the progress. So basically, way sieges work, you start at like a negative number. The negative number is different depending on, you know, the fort level, how many troops you have, how much artillery you have, that sort of thing. And every time this green bar fills up, or if you click on this this little pie here, once it fills up, that will be a siege event. And a siege event has a certain chance of giving you a something that will decrease, or increase rather, the percentage that the siege will win. So right now it's at negative 21%, which is the chance that the siege will win every siege event. And as you see the siege progress, it will go up and up and up until eventually we win. And there's nothing Tyrone can do about it because they have no army and we've blockaded their 3 ships. So right now it's at 7%. Now, when it's at 7%, you could get really lucky and actually win the siege, but typically it'll take like around the 30% mark. Yeah, see, there we got that there. Peace offer from Tyrone. No thanks. So here's the peace menu, and we have 100% war score because we occupy the only fort on their side of the war. So we have 100% because we occupy all of their provinces, which is just the one. And English vassal is the one we're going to be going with, which is only costing us 8 war score. So we're also going to take all of their money. And that's it. That's all we can take from them. Obviously, we could tell them to give up claims, but we're not going to do that because we're vassalizing them. So we want them to have claims on other nations. So we're going to go ahead and accept that. And now that these guys are our vassal, what we can do, if I go into the diplomatic thing, they have a claim on Connaught here. So that means I can declare war here. If I don't have a diplomat available. So what I can do is I can declare war on Connaught for Tyrone. Using Tyrone's casus belli, I can declare war on them. And from there, I'm definitely going to do this immediately. So just go ahead and do that. And from there, what I can do is give that province to Tyrone immediately. So there we go. That army's gone. And let's take the bigger stack out. Let me turn the speed down just a little bit until we get our navy in place. Basically, having a navy blockade a port siege will basically just make it go by faster. That's pretty much the only way to put it. Leinster's invading Munster, which might actually be a good thing. If they win, then we can go to war with them and give Tyrone both provinces in one war, which would be great. So let me just speed it back up now that we're just waiting. Everyone's declaring war. Oh yeah, look at all of the Teutonic Order is being occupied. Let's see. Yeah, Sweden is still technically winning. Oh, rebels have occupied the capital of Denmark, so that's gonna make them want to peace out. However, on this side of the war, different war of course, but on this side, Novgorod is being completely crushed by Muscovy. We have a new cardinal. I don't really care about cardinals because I don't intend on staying Catholic. Cardinals are useful for, not the Holy Roman Empire, for the papacy, but essentially my intent is to completely ignore this because we're going to go Protestant as soon as possible. Oh, there we go, the Siege of Connaught. Wonderful. So what we can do, see, this is occupied by us because of the red stripes. At first when I saw it, I thought it was red with green stripes, and that confused me. But no, it's green with red stripes. So what we can do is we can transfer the occupation to Tyrone, and that way, in the peace deal, we can give it to Tyrone and take their money. Is that it? Yeah. There. Now it's Tyrone's province, just like that. Now if we look at our coalition map mode, it'll show us how much aggressive expansion we have. Now, basically nobody gives a shit that we're invading Ireland. Nobody. And it's actually kind of funny because not even the Irish really care that much. The French have a -3 aggressive expansion penalty, and basically the rest of the world has like -1. So, except for Scotland, which is -8. But yeah, so nobody cares that we're doing this in Ireland. They'll just let us, run rampant. Alright, here we go. This is it. Now that Leinster has annexed Munster, we are going to go ahead and declare war for Leinster. Move our fleet in place, and move our army down to go squish theirs. Yep, there it is. Excellent. Split the army in half. Oh, there's no fort in Munster. So basically, a province with no fort, you need at least 1,000 units, or 1,000 troops. And as long as there is exactly 1,000, so, okay, let's say that one of your units has taken casualties and it has like 950 troops, it won't actually progress the siege. But if you have at least 1,000 troops in number, not in units, and you sit it in a province with no fort, it will take one siege event, or one siege cycle, or whatever you want to call it, and it will instantly occupy that province. The ones with forts, however, you obviously do have to siege it down. Castile wants another royal marriage. Sure. You can only get one, but obviously their leader died, so we had to renew it. Okay, let's flip this over to Tyrone. So London will oppose restrict imports unless we give them money, which is fine. They wanted like 26 ducats, which we have almost 560, so that's more than okay. Because restrict imports, we really want restrict imports to pass. I never really explained aggressive expansion, but basically, nations near where you're invading will start to get mad that you're taking over all this territory, and they can form coalitions against you, which are sort of like temporary alliances that allow them to declare war on you and get you to sort of shrink. Okay, we're done improving relations in Austria and Castile, so I will start doing it in our other ally, Portugal. We start allied with Portugal, so I'll start improving relations with them. And that's it for now. I might start fabricating claims at some point, but we'll wait until the end of the war for that. Alright, there we go, the Siege of Leinster. So we will also flip this to Tyrone, and then give them both to Tyrone. Nobody will really care about this aggressive expansion. It says we get 12.9, but I believe Scotland is really going to be the only nation that cares. Maybe Brittany will care a little bit, but it's actually like a distance thing, so because it's so far away from everybody, nobody's really going to care. No treaties, no release nation. Okay. Just give us the territory. There we go. And if I check the aggressive expansion, yeah, Brittany has -11. France has -11, but that's modified because they are our rival. I believe that matters. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the fact that they're our rival makes a difference. Scotland cares a lot. It's -25. I believe at -30 they can join a coalition, but actually I think it's changed, so it has to be -50. I could be wrong. Anyway, we finished up that, so I'm going to start improving relations with Tyrone. If they're your subject, like a client state of some sort, you can improve relations up to plus 200, whereas with other nations, you can only improve it up to plus 100. Okay, so we do have a free diplomat, and going to war with Scotland is still not very viable at all. So I'm going to start getting some, let's see, getting some claims on France. I can only get one in the north part of France because, well, that's actually not true. You can get claims on any province that is adjacent to any of your provinces, or adjacent, or in the same sea tile. So let's say that France owned Normandy and Co. here. It's in the same sea tile as Kent. It has the same sea tile. So I could, in theory, fabricate claims on these provinces. So first we're going to start with Alencon, and then we'll go and get a claim on Paris itself. There is, of course, the achievement One Night in Paris, which is to get to own Paris as England, to have a core on it, which is actually really unfortunate because I got that achievement when it was very, very difficult to get that achievement, but they've made it so much easier now that England and France don't start at war. It was almost impossible previous to get that achievement, and I did manage it back then, but it's much easier now. Right, I forgot about estates. So, yeah, let's just give them what they want. 15 prestige, yeah, okay. Where's the estates window? Here. Estates are basically... We don't really have a nobility. I guess that's because we're kind of a republic and kind of not. I don't know. Basically, estates are like factions inside your nation that give you bonuses as long as they're loyal. But if they're not, if they become disloyal and they become too influential, they'll try to seize power and give you tons of rebels and all this bad shit. Norway has announced Scotland as their new rival. Let's go max speed here. Oh, okay, here we go. They had a white peace. Sweden and Denmark got a white peace, which means that Sweden will remain Denmark's subject. Although somehow they managed to peace out Norway, which I guess Norway lost. Denmark lost the union over Norway because they got really shitty prestige. And then Sweden pieced them out, taking this province, and then remained, oh no, this one too, and then remained in the union with Denmark, which is really strange. It's very weird that that can happen. I might do a Denmark game at some point because Denmark is really fun. Although I would like to do, oh, here we go, it finally passed. The Parliament has passed restrict imports, which gives us 2 mercantilism and plus 5% domestic trade power, which is lovely. If we go to our trade thing here, we can see our mercantilism right here. So our level of mercantilism is 27, which gives us... Oh, it doesn't give you trade efficiency. It just gives you more trade power. But either way, it gives you plus 54% trade power from provinces that you own, which is really good. Okay, we got that claim on France, so let's start up the claim on Paris. Oh, they actually took a lot more from Norway. And then you look at Muscovy, and they just swallowed Novgorod, just tearing it apart. Which is what usually happens. Oh, shit. I never started my timer. Alright, well, in case I've been playing for too long, I'm going to make a cut in here. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed my video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.